Hey teachers, welcome. This is our tutorial on how to create an interactive coins lesson with ViewSonic's myWhiteboard app. Here's our objective. In this lesson, students will be able to recognize and identify different types of coins, their value, and use the set symbol appropriately. And students will also be able to count a mixed collection of coins in order to determine their set value. Now, I like using the ViewSonic, my whiteboard app with this because it's a lot easier than bringing in a whole bag of loose change, right? So definitely less of a hassle and also definitely a cleaner way of teaching coins. Anyways, so I am logged in to my whiteboard app and let me move my screencast bar here so you can see both of my toolbars. All right, so here is your presentation toolbar, and then you've also got your main toolbar with all of the components that you need to create your lesson. My favorite tool is actually the magic box. That's because it allows me to embed a lot of interactive components in my lessons. So first, what I will do is to add a video as my hook for the lesson. So you can see that I've already typed in money song, and I'm going to embed this video right here by double clicking on it. All right, so now I've got my hook for my lesson, and I can go ahead and switch from the prepare mode to preset mode. All right, and then I can show my students this video. Okay, everyone, we're going to learn about the different types of coins or money that we use in our everyday lives. All right, I'm not going to subject you to the whole video here, and hopefully you were able to pick up the audio in that video. Sometimes it doesn't go through my headset. All right, now I'm going to go from present to prepare. Here's my hook, and I'm going to go ahead and click on the next arrow for my next slide. It's empty, and that's because I'm going to show you how to add in images of coins. So we're going to go back to our magic box, and this time instead of the YouTube icon, we're going to click on the image search icon, and I am going to look for different types of coins. So let's start with quarter. I'm going to double click on this one. I'll go ahead and look for nickel. Whoops, if I can type it right. Dime, and penny. Right. This one's a lot shinier, so I'll use that. Great. So now we've looked up different types of coins. And yes, you can see right now they're all the same size. And that's okay. We're going to go ahead and resize them in a few minutes. So in order to resize it, we are going to click on the image. And then we want to see this orange square around it. You also notice the small box of menu options. We're going to ignore this for now and just grab the corner of our orange box and size it to something a little bit more realistic, right? So there's my quarter. I'm going to grab my nickel and maybe try to make it a little bit more realistic. We know that the dime is smaller, and then our penny should be the smallest one, right? Oop, that's a bit bigger. Big. Okay, kind of. All right. So here's, let's make this guy a little smaller too. So we got our quarter, we got our nickel, dime, and pennies. So we've imported the images and we've sized it down to a more realistic scale. And now I'm going to copy this so that I can use all the coins in a bunch of different activities I have set up next. So I'm going to use my select tool, and I'm just going to lasso around them, and I could use my keyboard shortcut Control C as in cat, or click on this icon in your menu options here and copy them. All right, so now we have it copied. Let's go to the next slide. And here I've set up a matching activity for our coins. So the directions are match the correct coin to its name and quantity. I'm going to go ahead and use my keyboard shortcut to paste the coins in. Control V as in violet. There you go. And I'm just going to move them around in this black spot. All right. So now we've got a matching activity. And if you wanted to know how I added the text, I simply just clicked on the text tool over here, tapped where I wanted the text to go. All right, and that's how I added text. Now if I can delete it, right? So I will just move this guy for now. Oh, there you go. Oops. I want to go back to the delete option. All right. So now we can go and have our students come up to the board and use the marker tool to match the coin picture or image to its written name and its quantity. So let's go back to present mode, and your student can go up there. Maybe you can give them the actual marker, or they can just select the marker tool, the color they want. Here's the quarter. We'll draw a line to the quarter and the 25 cents. All right, perfect. Let's go back from present to prepare and show another type of math problem. Okay, so in this activity, I am asking the students to drag the correct amount of coins in the box. All right, so let's set that up first. We don't have the box. So to make the box, we are going to select the shape tool. I have the square selected already, and I'm just going to click and drag where I want that box to show up. Okay, and I'm also going to double click on that box so that my menu options show up, and I'm going to change the color by clicking on the bucket tool. I'm going to change it from clear to orange and press OK. All right, so now we have a box, and then my students can click on the coins and then drag them to the box. And we're not quite done yet. We want this box to change its position. And by position, I meant making sure that it stays behind the coins and not hide the coins behind it. So to do that, we are going to select the layers option or tool in your menu options. It's the three sheets, yellow, red, and green. And I'm going to select the down arrow to send the box back. Okay. And then finally, I'm also going to lock that box in place so that when they're dragging things over, they're not accidentally moving it around. I'll do the same thing with, oh, I already did it. With my problem here, Chaska has $1.33. Okay, so I already copied and pasted my coins from a previous slide, and I also used the magic box and image search to throw in a dollar bill. Now you're telling me, you're looking at me like there's a dollar, but there's not enough coins here, right? So there's a nice, nifty little option here what we can do. And they already have this option on, and I know because when I click on an image, this little icon shows up. And as you can see, I kind of like already showed you the trick. So what happens is when your student clicks and drags one of these icons or images, it makes a copy of it and it drags over to the box. So I'm just going to show you real quick how I did that. I'm going to go back to the magic box icon, go to the image search, and sure, I'll make another penny. Okay, here's the penny. Let's resize it. All right, so I'll keep it up there for now. To make that drag to copy feature, we're just going to click on the image and then select this icon right here. And you'll notice that whenever I hover over an icon, a tooltip shows up and tells you what it is. So that's a nice little trick. So we want to turn on drag to copy. All right. So now when you drag this guy, you're making infinite copies of pennies. Wouldn't that be a nice real life function or feature? Make infinite copies of our money. Anyways, let's go ahead and delete that. I'm just going to quickly select them. Okay, this one might not go because I have that there. All right, so, but I can delete this guy and get it out the way. All right, so now we can go back to percent mode, and now you can have a student come up to the monitor and drag the correct amount of coins to reflect the statement. So I have $1.33. We can select 4 quarters and drag it over to the box. Might want to rescale it to actually fit the box. So I've got 4 quarters, which is $1. Then I could take 3 dimes to do 30 cents, and then 3 pennies to create to add up to 33 cents. So here we go. Nice, quick, formative check to show our students thinking and learning. We got $1.33, or we could take the dollar bill, dollar bill, yo, and just pretend I deleted the quarters, and we have $1.33. If you want to take it a step further, you can even challenge your students to take the marker and write out the quantity or the numerical value of the dollar bill or the quarters, dimes, and pennies, and show you a mathematical equation to reflect what they did. Great. Let's go back to prepare mode and let's try another math problem. Right? So you can take what you already have in your worksheets and then just throw it up here on the whiteboard and add the interactive components, right? So you don't really have to do anything um, to reinvent the wheel. You can use your existing lessons and just go and level it up by adding these interactive components. So here's my next problem. In the classroom store, a pencil costs $10, 10 cents. If Ethan buys 3 pencils, how much will he have to pay in total, right? So the first thing I'm going to show you is how to change the background here. Notice that I have it um, looking like a yellow lined paper in the back. So to do that, you can go to this icon right here. It looks like a grayed out square with mountains in it, and this is actually your background management. So if I click on that, you'll see that you have a bunch of different backgrounds and graphic organizers that you can use for your canvas or your slide. So nope, I don't want that. I am going to um let's see. Okay, great. I'll just use this guy, the index cards. So you can apply to all pages if you want, but in this case I just want it just to be this particular page. And now we have that. So let me select my tool so you can see that. And here I just simply went back to the magic box and my image search icon, and I brought in pictures of a pencil, an equal sign, and a pen and a dime, not a penny. So to make a visual representation, 1 pencil costs 10 cents. And then I even went ahead and used my select tool, lasso them in, and I used the group function. So the group function is actually, where is it? This guy right, nope, that's the link. One of these two right here. So the group icon. So if I want certain things to go together and I don't want them, and I want to move them at the same time, I'm grouping them. And here I'm actually going to copy it. You can use Control C on your keyboard or the menu option. And I'm going to copy and then paste it one more time, right? So now I have 2 representations. I'm running out of room, so I will use infinite canvas. I'm going to use that and move it up a bit. And I'm going to copy and paste that again. So now I have an actual visual representation of this word problem. A 1 pencil costs 10 cents. If Ethan buys 3 of them, how much will he have to pay in total? So now we can go back to percent mode, and you can have a student go up to the whiteboard and use the marker and show their thinking in a written form. So he can say, well, here's the visual form of a dime, it's 10 cents. It's kind of hard to write this with a mouse. All right, if I want to buy three, then we just need to write a math formula. We can add them all up. So each pencil costs 10 cents. Oop, let's move this guy out the way. Kind of annoying here. All right, we'll go back to my marker, add them all up. Okay, don't forget your cent symbol. All right, well, we need 30 cents in order for Ethan to get three pencils from the class store. And now you not only have a visual representation, now you have a numerical or mathematical model of this word problem. Lots of different ways that you can do this. Let's go back to our prep and let's do one more problem. Michelle wants to buy an eraser that costs 15 cents. She has a dime and a nickel. Can she buy the eraser with her coins? All right. So again, I used the magic box to import in a picture of an eraser. And I could go back to a former slide and just copy and paste in my coins. And we could do that. Let's go ahead and click on our panel here. So remember, this is like Google Slides. So if I click on this icon, our page management menu, a panel will show up. I'm going to go back to the second slide. And I'm just going to use my select tool to make a copy of my dime and my nickel. And I could use my Control C cat keyboard function or the menu option. And then again, go switch back to my last slide here. And I just pasted, or hopefully I did, Control V. There you go. All right. And I know the quarter is there. I was playing around earlier and I ran out of time to delete it, but you can delete it. So now you can do a bunch of different things in this slide. So you can have a student um, use the marker to show the numerical quantity, or write a formula out, or draw, or even do the same drag to copy function of the different coins so they could kind of visualize it. So count out the change or count out the coins. So this was kind of a long video, but I just really wanted to be able to show you, ways that you can use your whiteboard app, to make your lessons more interactive. All right, so now I'll show you how we will save this lesson. So in order to save this lesson, we are going to that folder icon in your toolbar. Looks like a manila folder. We're going to click on it, and I will click on the floppy disk with the pen or pencil to save it, to save as. And the nice thing about the whiteboard app is that you can directly connect it to your Google Drive. So right now it's in my Google Drive, my CRV Tech integration folder for airline. I already have a former one here, but I'm just going to do that again. Coins lesson. Now, if you created a whiteboard lesson, you want your extension to be .olf so that when you import it, all the interactive components will work for you. So let's go ahead and check the check mark here. Yes, I do want to overwrite this because I already have a previous copy. And now you have an uploading bar, progress bar to show you that it's uploading. And then now you just created a workflow of a coins lesson that is already saved in your Google Drive, and then you can bring it up again next time in your whiteboard app. All right, so if you have any questions, feel free to send me an email. But I hope that this was a helpful tutorial for you to show you, an example of an actual coins lesson and how to create it with your whiteboard app and how to create different interactive activities for your lesson.